Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, so it is time for us to do our Free It Friday as we usually do. But today it's a little bit special because we have two nice Smokey and the Bandit sets to crack open for you guys. One is an older one from maybe 11 or 12 years ago, and the other one's probably from 5 or 6 years ago. So we're going to start with the oldest one, which was a Toys R Us exclusive when it was first launched. If I don't know if you guys remember these are the Greenlight Hollywood movie reel tins, and they had 4 cars in each set. There were I'm trying to think, there was some of Supernatural, Smokey and the Bandit, Blues Brothers, I believe, and there may have been a couple of other ones too. But as you can see, this set has Smokey and the Bandit and Smokey and the Bandit 2. Contains 4 diecast cars, and it shows you what it contains. You have your 77 Trans Am, and then the 80 Turbo Trans Am, and then a Dodge Monaco in place of the Pontiac Le Mans of, I guess, Sheriff Buford Justice, because they did not have the casting at that time. And then the other Bronco, the other guy's Bronco, his name was Buster, I think, in the movie. And it was seen, I guess, a little bit in part 1, a couple different times. It was used in a couple of scenes. So that's why that is in there. So the write-up on the back of this box states that Smokey and the Bandit is a 1977 film starring Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jackie Gleason, Jerry Reed, Pat McCormick, Paul Williams, and Mike Henry. It inspired several other trucking films, including 2 sequels, Smokey and the Bandit 2, originally known as Smokey and the Bandit Ride Again in the UK, New Zealand, and Australia, and Smokey and the Bandit Part 3. There were also a series of 1994 television movies, Bandit Goes Country, Bandit, Beauty and the Bandit, and Bandit Silver Angel. I've never heard of any of them. From the original director-writer Hal Needham, loosely based on the earlier version, with actor Brian Bloom now playing Bandit. The 3 original movies introduced 2 generations of the Pontiac Trans Am, while the TV movie version drives the Dodge Stealth. The film was the second highest grossing film of 1977, beaten only by Star Wars. And also the third one, it did not even have Burt Reynolds in it. I think Jerry Reed, I know Jerry Reed tried to pull off the Bandit. That's when they came out with the, the 3rd gen, the Knight Rider style Trans Am. And anyways, it was a decent movie. I think I've only seen it twice. I've seen the first 2 quite a bit, but the 3rd one, I don't know. After they lost Burt Reynolds, it just, I don't know, I lost interest in it. I can't say I lost interest in it. So the Smokey and the Bandit 2 centers on Bo Bandit Darville, Burt Reynolds, a now washed up has-been living in the past. It is not until Big Enos and Little Enos make Bandit and his partner in crime, Cletus, Snowman Snow, Jerry Reed, an offer on another cross-country run that Cletus seeks the help of Frog, Sally Field, to encourage the Bandit to sober up and regain his fitness. The job involves transporting an elephant from Florida to Texas, and once again, Sheriff Buford T. Justice, Jackie Gleason, is in hot pursuit to apprehend Bandit in the name of the law. Frog abandons her second attempt at wedding Buford T. Justice's son, Jr., to buy Bandit, the 1980 Pontiac Turbo Trans Am, powered by a Turbo 301, Bandit's iconic getaway car. And that one especially, but both of them were probably, honestly, real dogs. They were not really muscle cars like what we would have seen in the 60s and early 70s. But they were cool looking cars, and nowadays we can put late model motors in them and things like this to make them a little bit better at performing, and they're really cool cars. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this out. It was usually wrapped in a cellophane, and then you had to tab the boxes ripped a little bit. I got this one at a discount because it was a dented box, and as you can see, the lid don't even go on that good anymore, but there's a lot of little dents in the movie reel itself, but that doesn't really matter because, as you guys know, I don't keep anything really boxed up. But I'm not even going to keep all of these cars. I have a 77 Trans Am of the Bandit somewhere, but I don't know what happened to it. I know I had one, and I don't remember selling it. So it's probably in another box I'll come across, like I did with those Monaco police cars the other week. But as you can see, there's the Sheriff Patrol Dodge Monaco, the 77 TA, which looks really good. We'll take it out first and do a spin around on it. So, as you can see, it's got the honeycomb style wheels. These are more of the 80s GTA style wheels, or like the G&X style wheel. In fact, that turbo one we'll take a look at next. I hate the wheels on it. The original ones weren't bad, but the ones that Greenlight made for it are way off, and they look horrible. These ones are off too, but they don't look too bad. As I said, these are more of like the 80s Trans Am, the third gen, than they are the second gen ones from 77. But still look good on the car, and they did a nice job with them too, so I'm not too angry about those or too upset to have them on the car. And you can see band 1 between the taillights, the plate, I mean, and then the Trans Am logo on the fender leg. They do have door handles and locks, but they're not detailed that well. And then you have your split marker light. They almost remind me of like a 71 Charger marker light. The grill, that's the difference between the two. The front nose piece, as you can see, if I can get this to focus again. There we go. And it has a Confederate flag there on the plate. But the grill on these older ones, like the 76 is the last year for the single headlight, and then they went to the double headlight, and the 77 and 8 had them in the grill, the double headlights in the grill. Now, the 79, they changed, I think it was 79, or it could have been 80, when they changed to the all plastic nose, and you had your headlights there in the grill. I'll show you on the 80 once we pull it out. And these were numbered 3551, and this car's copyright was 2011, so that's probably when the first line of the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Ams came out from Greenlight. Then they tried these movie reel things in the mid-2010s, and they went over okay. But as I said, they tried to make sets of cars that didn't have enough cars from the movies, and I don't know, they just didn't go over well. Like the cop car is not correct. Now here's the 80. As you can see, it's all plastic there, and your grill is down here in the lower bumper now, and the headlights are part of the front nose. And as I said, these wheels are not that nice. They look like hubcaps. The original ones were a little bit bigger diameter, and they were inverted a little bit, kind of dished a little. They looked pretty decent on the real car, but these ones do not look so good. Actually, I've had these off already before the video. As you can see, this axle is really sloppy. This is one thing that I found unique about this car too. Actually, the other one has them too. As you can see, there's metal wheel spacers in there. I never seen this before, used by any other company, and it's the first ones I've seen on Greenlight are these little metal wheel spacers, which are really cool. I need them for my trucks. Sometimes my Dodge trucks, they keep them from doing this, the sliding axle, I took these off and I put a set of black GTA style wheels. They're actually off of a G and X from M2. So pretty soon this will have the G and X black centered wheels on it, and it looks really, really good. But overall, the car itself isn't bad. The tail lights on both of them, I don't think are done 100% properly. They just look a little bit too big. I may be wrong though. I don't know. They look okay, but it's just not, I don't know. They just look a little bit large. But I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these cars in person. So there's the two Trans Ams. Now, moving along to the next correct vehicle from the movie. This is from a guy named Buster. As you can see on his fender here, and the truck looked exactly like this with the top off, white interior, green and white two-tone, white wheels. So it's pretty correct, and he did help the Bandit out in evading the police, and that's why this one is okay. This one I can understand being in the set, and I think this is the first year for this casting. Well, 2013, so this set came out in 2014, so it was a fairly new casting. 1970 Ford Bronco. So pretty cool little piece. As I said, this goes with the set pretty well. And the detail on Greenlight's Bronco, I think I like a little more than M2's. I don't know. I know M2 has more separate pieces and things, but I don't know, for some reason, I like the Greenlight one a little more than the M2 version. There's nothing really wrong with the M2. It's just that the Greenlight one, I don't know, I like it just a tad bit more. Now, last but not least, well, I guess I could say it is least, but it is a Mopar, the only Mopar in the set, and it shouldn't be in the set. It's a 74 Dodge Monaco police car, and it is not supposed to be like Sheriff Buford T. Justice car. He ran a 77 Pontiac Le Mans, which we're going to see next. Yeah, it's just not correct. They didn't even do the light correct. Now in part 2, he may have had the single bubblegum light on his car, but I still think in part 2 it was a Pontiac, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time. But the first movie, it was the 77 Pontiac Le Mans, and we have a set of those to take a look at. But this is still a cool looking car. As I said, I collect Mopars, and I just came across a bunch of Monacos the other week that I didn't know I had. So this one will go in nicely in the collection of Monaco police cars. Even though it's an oddball, it never appeared in the movie. Now, when there was a bunch of police cars where, I don't remember if it was part 1 or 2, where the rigs, all the semis crushed and smashed up a bunch of different police cars from different counties and different states. Now, this may have appeared in the movie of a different sheriff, different patrol guy, but it's definitely not Buford T. Justice car. This is Buford T. Justice car that we all remember from part 1. As I said, part 2, I think was still a Pontiac, but it was a different style than this one. Now, what's really cool, and this is the main reason I got this set, is for the wagon, because this set period is very hard to find, and this car is getting to be like very expensive, and I don't know why, because they made a few thousand of them when they made it back in, I think, 2019 or something, in the single pack, and then they released this Hitch and Tow set in, let's see, 2019. So maybe the car came out in 2017, but I remember I had the single pack one, and I don't remember if I had this set when I was in the Philippines, but I did have the car. But now I got the set mainly because of the wagon, for my wagon collection. But now I've got the real Buford T. Justice car that I can put in the tin if I want to display it that way, with just the cars in the tin without the cover on it in the window box. That might be the way I display it because of the room situation I have here, running out of room. So, as you can see, Hollywood Series 7, Hitch and Tow, Smokey and the Bandit, and so forth. The Bird Smokey and the Bandit trailer is really cool because we've been hooking it to the back of this truck here, which has the bird on the hood, and on the trailer wing area, it has gold wheels and a tan interior. It looks really good. And we had it pulling the trailer with this car sitting next to it in some pics. It looked really good. Maybe I'll post some here on YouTube after we get the video done so you guys can see them, because it's a really nice looking setup. That's what what M2 should have done. They should have launched a diecast of a second gen Trans Am and then put it with the truck and then made a trailer like this to go behind it. I wish M2 would start doing more movie stuff than what they are doing with like Coca-Cola and things like that. I would love to see like some movie stuff. They got some really cool auto haulers coming up soon of old drag racers of Bruce Larson, and then they're redoing Paul Rossi's Challenger again, and with a ramp back Dodge truck, and then they're doing Bruce Larson's Camaro, and then somebody's Mustang funny car. It's cool though. It's better than like what we have been getting. So they're actually making some of old style race cars, actual race cars that were used instead of just fantasy paint jobs and such. But here's your enclosed trailer. Greenlight always does a fabulous job on their trailers, except for the jack. I couldn't get in this one really good. When I screwed it in, it broke off. So it didn't go in too good. But this trailer is detailed nice, and it corresponds very well with like the Firebird Trans Am itself. You open it up, inside details nice. It looks like real wood floor. It's actually, you could feel the wood grain. It's not just like a decal. It's actually etched in there. So it's really nicely done. The base is metal, but the whole housing of the trailer is plastic. But still, once again, nicely done. And then I have the cars here to show you guys, and then we'll be finished up. So here is the iconic car that got totally trashed in the movie. I've seen some guys in some of our Facebook clubs or groups that have like movie cars and stuff. When these first came out and they were reasonably priced, some guys got them and made different stages of the movie, like where the roof was ripped off of it and where the door was missing and laying in the back seat. They had a lot of different variations where they made them out of the Greenlight release, which I thought was really cool. But now these cars are very hard to get a hold of for less than, say, like 30 or 40 bucks for the single one. It's actually almost cheaper to buy the Hitch and Tow set, because you can find them for right around like 50 to 60 bucks, and you get the car, then a wagon, and a trailer. And versus paying 40 or 50 just for the car, I would rather buy the Hitch and Tow set. But some people are looking for authenticity where the car is the only thing that was in the movie. The wagon wasn't, the trailer wasn't, so they just want that car in a single package in their collection. So I can understand that. But I wanted the wagon because I collect wagons, and this is a really cool wagon. And it corresponds great with the car. They did a really nice job with the detail on the car. As you can see, the back tail lights, the lights in the bumper, all the body lines and such are nicely done, nice and sharp and highlighted well. And the wagon looks really good too. And these have the full like flip up rear lid, which is cool. So that's it, guys. Yeah, I knew this was going to go a little long because we had a few pieces to look at here. But there we go. That's our Bandit lineup for today. And as I said, I will post some pics of this car with the new wheels on it. And there was one other thing, now I forget. Oh, and then the Trans Am with the dually up here. We'll post some of those pictures here shortly, probably later today or over the weekend. So keep an eye out for them, and then we'll be back again on Monday to crack open some Mopars for you guys. We have some cool stuff coming up next week. Next week's going to be another full week of unboxing. So be sure to turn on your notification bell so you know when we launch a new video. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy your weekend.